this?
Oh, you're running it?
Yeah.
I thought Dan was running.
Well, he's
Okay.
organized it, but I'm the town chair down there.
I'm gonna be a little late, but I'll be there.
Oh, good. Cool.
No, no. Thank you for joining us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Public Safety Committee will now come to order. Ask the clerk to take roll call.
Legislator Ryan,
Here.
Legislator Knapp,
Here.
Legislator Block is absent, Legislator McCarron,
Here.
and Chair Garland.
All right, are there any corrections to the minutes? Seeing none, the minutes are approved. This time, the first item from the Sheriff's Office, personnel resolutions. Reedy, thank you for joining us today. We'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Chairman. We're here today, I'm here today to request the approval of an additional records compliance manager position be placed on our roster and funded for the purpose of additional work that's going to be added with the body cams and in the custody and corrections division. We currently have sworn members that are performing the tasks of redaction for the police division for the multiple FOIL requests, discovery requests, etc. We anticipate this added position to allow us to not only move our sworn members back into doing what they were hired to do, protecting the public, and also meeting the greater demand that we will have once we bring our body cams online with our custody and corrections division. We receive multiple FOILs and discovery requests relative to these digital records now, and we anticipate that that will exponentially ramp up when we add the digital component to the jails. So right now it takes a sworn member approximately minimum of 2 hours up to 4 and 5 hours, depending on how long the video is that they have to redact and go through before they can release it. As many of you know, the discovery that we're required to present for the court systems is a very limited window, so we have to get right on that and make sure that we present everything we can to make sure that these cases are heard promptly and expeditiously.
Okay. Could I ask a question? So with the discovery, is that based on the Leroy's Law or something like that, where you have like so many days to share the information?
Yes, there's a time limit that's placed on these, with the DA's office.
Right.
The DA has to get the discovery over to the courts and to the other attorneys within a certain amount of time, or the evidence can't be used in the court case, which obviously a lot of this evidence is critical.
I believe that's 20 to 35 days. What is the backlog right now? Because obviously by hiring this person, creating this, that will, alleviate some of the...
We do have some backlog right now currently. We have actually added, we have 2 people now working on this almost their entire shifts when they should be out doing other work.
Yes.
And we you just anticipate that with the cameras going into the jails, as you can imagine, the FOIL requests will just grow.
Okay, I just have one more question, and I'll let the committee. Now, because you said that you have 2 people right now working, when we create this, will the new person have the 2 people under him or her, or will they be working by themselves? Because it seems like if you have 2 people doing the work right now, and we're hiring 1, so will they be working by themselves, or will they have somebody under them, so to speak?
No, what we want to do is move those tasks from the sworn division into a civilian position. We currently have 1 records compliance manager right now that works doing the FOILs and discoveries and requests that we get right now. And we're going to add a second and then take the work from the two
Good.
to the two. And then we have a records division with, we have a records management supervisor underneath. So they have, step-down staff that we're going to reorganize and move it out of the sworn division as best we can into a civilian position. Not only saves money, but it saves the sworn members out on the street where we need them.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions?
You want to go first? Yeah, I have a bunch of questions.
Okay, Legislator
Probably
McCarron.
because I came from there. So I believe you said you have 2 sworn personnel doing this now, correct?
Correct.
On the police side. And then you referenced to that this new position would take over responsibilities of both. But in the sheet I got, it specifically states for custody and correctional deputies.
Well, we're anticipating the additional need for when we put the cameras into the jails, and we want to move some. We may not be able to move it totally out. Right now, the 2 deputies that are doing it also do have other duties that they do on top of it. So we're just trying to manage it a little better.
Correct. So I know it's Deputy Redhead and Deputy Meyer who both do it, and I know Deputy Redhead has a lot of other responsibilities.
Correct.
But my thing is like, if we're going to take that position, which was assigned to the Oxby Union right now, and make it a civilian position, are we anticipating a grievance, or do we have a memorandum of understanding where that position, which was traditionally a sworn member of service, going to, has there been discussions, or are we anticipating that'll cause a grievance?
Okay,
No,
we have, Carl's going to speak on that for us. Thank you, Carl.
Okay. No, this is not work that is traditionally OXPA work. This is traditionally civilian work OXPA's been filling in. They haven't been doing it long enough to establish any kind of a boundary around the work. So I don't expect any problems with it being union,
Good.
claim for union work.
I have a question regarding that then. If it's a civilian, well, with the requirements, are we requiring that they have experience with the body-worn camera software and things like that, or is it just, I would assume that
It's
they
going to
have?
be based upon the current job specs for that position. We already have someone in that title already doing that work, so the job spec obviously covers the work that it
Okay.
does.
All right.
So do we know when the cameras are rolling out?
We have them now.
Great.
We're working on the MOUs with the 2 unions right now to put them in place similarly to how we did it with OXPA.
Yep, okay. So the one thing that I want to highlight here is I think the pay range we're looking at here was 64,235 to 85,155. And I just want to highlight that a deputy's pay in the custody corrections is 20% lower at the start and 17% lower at the end. I just find it unusual that a civilian would be coming in at such a dramatically higher pay rate than, granted, these were police deputies who were doing it, but if police were on the police side, I think that the reason we're civilianizing this is to let the sworn people do their sworn jobs.
Correct.
So, but I just want to highlight that I think it's inordinately high compared to what the custody deputies are making right now. I know I'd much rather be sitting in an office reviewing videos and being the guys on the videos doing the fighting. So that's really discouraging to me that pay for this position is so much higher.
Legislator Ryan?
Is this a civil service position?
It's a management confidential position.
Okay.
currently.
And you won't need any other procedural moves for salaries or anything once we approve this today? Don't need any transfers or anything like
We
that?
should not, no.
No, go right ahead.
No, because this is right now the funding, it's based on grants, so that's temporary. Eventually, will we see this as a permanent 101 line?
No,
funding?
we want this to go on our permanent 101 line, and it's not totally, we're not asking for a grant-funded position. We currently anticipate that we can utilize some monies from our Discovery Grant to cover the salary and benefits of this, but we would expect it to go on to our regular 101 personnel roster.
That's part of it, where I was going to the funding, because it references the Discovery Grant. And I know we're going to use salary savings because we have so many unfilled positions. Just do we know how many, I saw a report that was turned into the New York State Sheriff's Association relative to polling of sheriffs throughout the state and the difficulty in hiring, specifically in the correction side. Do we know how many funded unfilled vacancies we have right now in custody? Again,
Not
that's
off the top of my
right,
head.
and I apologize for doing that. It just came up, I just thought of it right now.
Nope, nobody disputes
right.
that we have a lot of.
Because in the report, it said 26, and I thought it was more like 40 or 50. So, but again, I know it's fluid, but I didn't know if you'd know that or not. Don't worry about it.
Not
It's
off the top of my head, I
Okay.
didn't bring that number. with
Nope,
me.
and you wouldn't be expected to. I just thought I'm sure it's a point of discussion a lot at the office.
Yeah, we're constantly
Right.
looking at that.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions?
Who sets the salary range for that? Is that a state type thing, or we do that locally?
Yeah, this title already exists on our salary schedule. So the salary's been set for quite a long time. It's on the
Oh, okay.
salary schedule. So this is not a new salary range that's being established.
Who assigns the title of this position?
What do you mean it signs the title?
clerk's
Well, the department determines what they need. We give them the job spec based upon what their requirements are. And then they look to get the position filled at the existing grade and that exists on the management confidential schedule.
what they need, you're like, it's slots best in this, and then you guys say.
As a general rule, but they knew ahead of time what they needed. We didn't have to go searching for anything.
Again, I'm really hung
Yeah.
up on the salary this time. I'm not going contractual, I just.
But that's changing as well with the new OXPA agreement. So
This is not, this is this.
I know, but the disparity is changing. Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, the numbers
Oh,
are giving.
you were giving DSBA numbers. Okay, yeah. Well,
So that 20% is what.
we don't know when that's going to change.
Right, no, okay.
But it was never the intent to have a custody
Right.
deputy doing this work.
I just
Right.
mean the job work
Right.
versus the job work.
Right. But we have always had this title, Records Compliance Manager, doing this work traditionally for many, many years.
Oh, even back
Right.
when I was there. I
Yes,
remember it. Yep.
Correct. So
So,
it's not a change in title.
Okay, we've been requested, if anyone stands up and speaks, would you introduce yourself first, please? Is that correct? Okay, any other questions? Okay, then I have one. Based on, of course, the salary, could we reasonably assume then with the discovery, we're basically saving ourselves money and also protecting ourselves, I would assume, creating this, because if we were to miss that, that 20 to 35 day discovery, taking a chance on a case being possibly changed or dismissed, are we saving money? Because with the litigation that would cost more than this yearly salary, I would assume. So we're saving ourselves money.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you. Any other questions? We'll take our time. Is there any other legislators in the gallery? Anyone have any questions? Then do we have a motion to move this?
So moved.
Do we have a second? Do we have a second?
not at this time.
Not this time. Okay, then
You can.
I will move it. Then I will move it. All right, the motion's, all in favor to vote? Aye. Those against?
Abstain.
One abstained. Okay, well, thank you very much. We do appreciate you coming. Okay. On the second item, number 2, accepting and approving the contract between the County of Onondaga and the Onondaga Corrections Captains Association. So we have Carl Hummel, and he is joined by,
I'll let you know, I'm Carl Hummel, Personnel Commissioner, I'm joined by Deputy Commissioner Donna Briscoe.
are those on? Okay, I think so. Well, thank you for joining us. All right, so,
Okay, so what we have for you is a tentative agreement between the county and the Onondaga County Captains Association, OCCA. The Onondaga Correction Captains Association is the correct title. It is a tentative agreement, a one-year settlement, in order to bring the timeline in line with the larger captains unit as we look to negotiate future contracts and try and keep salaries in line in that regard. They've gotten a little bit off schedule. It's also a very unique situation. At the moment, it is a bargaining unit of one. When it was formed as a bargaining unit and the county recognized it as a bargaining unit, there were two. There is still an additional captain position, so legally it can still be a bargaining unit of one person filled with another one vacant. So we continue to bargain with that union in good faith and try and keep them at a reasonable salary. Terms of the agreement, like I said, it's a 1 year with a 3% salary increase for 2025. It has some increases to 3 stipends, one of them being Officer of the Day. When serving as the Officer of the Day, we've increased the straight time cash premium from 2 hours of straight pay to 3 hours of straight pay, increased the equity stipend from $2,000 to $3,000 a year. That's paid over the 26 pay periods, and the solo captain stipend has been increased from $300 to $400 per pay period. Obviously, that one is currently being paid all the time while there's only one captain. If the sheriff decides to hire a second captain, that one is not paid when there's 2 captains.
Okay.
That's the entirety of the agreement.
All right. Are there any questions from the committee? Legislator Ryan?
You said this is a body of one. So
At
this
the
is,
moment, there is one member of the bargaining unit.
okay, and I'm, a little new to the sheriff union stuff. So this OCCA falls under what? Is this custody? Is this Jamesville? Is it,
Jamesville, it's
this is
corrections.
Jamesville? Okay.
Corrections. These
So
are
this
correction
doesn't-
captains.
This doesn't have anything to do with the DSBA.
No.
Okay, all right. There's a term medicals that I'm trying to be familiarized with. When you talk about some of the custody, contract and stuff, that I'm just trying to familiarize myself. Does that come into play here at all? These medical
No,
labels
you're
or any of
talking
that?
about the JMEDS, which is formerly known as a work limitation restriction procedure,
Okay.
WLRP.
Okay.
That is a feature that is unique to the DSBA contract.
Okay. All right.
How many captains is this affecting? Then is this just the one?
There's just one filled captain position in the correction department right now.
Okay.
There are 2 captain's positions on the roster. One is vacant.
Right. And this doesn't affect the Justice Center. This is just Jamesville, the penitentiary. then.
Correct.
Okay.
They work at Jamesville.
All right. 'Cause I ju-
Previously, we did this for one, too.
Yes, when the bargaining unit was first recognized, maybe 8 years ago or so, there were 2 captains at the time. They sent a letter to the county executive asking for recognition. We determined it was appropriate rather than to go to PERB, even though there were some concerns with a bargaining unit of 2, particularly this situation that we're in right now. But we did recognize the bargaining unit and negotiated an initial contract with those 2. And since that time, they're down to 1. But we've kept recognizing that unit rather than challenging it with PERB. And we just continue to move along that way.
Okay. I just needed the clarification that this is only for Jamesville and not the Justice Center. because I
Right,
know
but
there's
just the
newer-
captains for the Justice Center are in the Onondaga Sheriff's Captains Association,
Yes.
separate bargaining unit.
Thank you. That's what I needed to know. Any other?
I'm not sure if it's appropriate. If it's not, please tell me. Is there any discussion about having that 1 or 2 person possible Zoom merged with the other captains?
They can't.
Okay.
PERB will not allow it. PERB has also stated that at the time that the custody captains were incorporated into the captain's unit, that was improper at the time, but they are not going to move to have them be certified. They're going to leave it alone, but they won't allow any other captains. There should be separate bargaining units according to PERB.
Okay, thank you.
So not being familiar with these contracts, officer of the day, is this the only person qualified to fill? Is he the officer every day?
No, I think they have lieutenants that also fill the officer of the day.
Yeah, that
Maureen
fluctuates.
might be able to speak to that.
Yeah.
The question, Maureen, is at Jamesville, is the captain the only one who serves as officer of the day? I thought lieutenants also serve as officer of the day at times. At Jamesville. It's the only captain. So he receives that stipend all the
Legislator
time.
beat you to it.
What's that?
The legislator beat you
Oh,
to it.
okay.
So that was, I was
He
just
doesn't
under,
speak officially on behalf of the
he
sheriff's
just
office, does he?
informed me off record, away from the mic.
Just checking.
You know.
So, no.
Legislator Knapp?
Quick question, what's the equity stipend?
Uh,
I mean, what is, the number, I know the number, but what is it?
It's designed to provide just what it says, equity with the other captains' units, but it's an off-schedule stipend, so it's not built into the salary schedule.
Okay.
So we make adjustments off-schedule to try and balance things out so that the take-home pay is more equitable, but it doesn't provide a compounding liability to the county.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Hey. And, Legislator McCarron? No, I just had one other question, because to me, the most important thing is the Onondaga Corrections Captains Association has agreed, right? So this is an
Yes,
agreement,
yes,
so- and that's what
they've
matters.
signed- That's the captain's signature on the TA that's in the packet,
Okay,
along with Donna's and Maureen's.
and that's great. So Legislator McCarron?
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so motion carries. Thank you very much.
Very
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Sir, who motioned and who seconded?
What?
Motion.
Motion was, okay, took your time. Thanks, Carl, thanks, Murray. Appreciate it. All right, item number 3, appointments, confirming reappointment to the Onondaga County Justice Center's Oversight Committee. Item A. All right, we have former legislator Monica Williams. Thank you for, right, you want to bring up anybody else with you? We've got extra seats. Come on, join us. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Chairman and legislators.
Always a pleasure.
Monica Williams, Chief Diversity Officer, and with me today is Montanette Rocker, Deputy Chief Diversity Officer. Good morning. So we're here today to ask for reappointment for Nicole Stroud Godfrey. She is currently a sitting committee member. She brings a great deal of wealth to this committee, not only in her work, but also in her things that she do is working in a correctional facility.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? I've read the resumes very.
She really is. She's offered a great deal to this commission, and we really appreciate her.
Legislator Knapp?
Welcome.
Hi, Legislator Knapp.
How are we on overall committee-wise?
So currently, we do have 9 sitting committee members. However, as you can see, some of them, their terms have expired. And so the different appointing authorities have received, I believe it was last year, letting them know of who their appointees were and when their term expired. So we're, until they have been replaced, they currently still serve.
Oh, good.
How
Okay.
many are authorized for
A
the
few.
whole committee?
9.
Nice.
Oh, okay, so you're full.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
we
excellent.
are.
Yeah,
Yes, we are. And they all participate.
Okay. And
They participate. That's
Yeah.
right.
right. Now, just a question, looking at that list, out of the 9, how many positions have expired? Because there were quite a few, if I remember. Yeah,
Quite a few.
yeah, but it's nice that they're voluntarily staying on. Is that correct? Because, okay, so that's a good thing.
So 6
Yes.
have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about it is that they not only show up and participate, they're very engaged, but they also want to continue to serve.
Good.
So that's always a positive.
Okay, marvelous. We have a motion to move, motion to second? I'll second it. Okay, all in favor? Hi, ladies, always a pleasure, thank you.
Always a pleasure. Thank you all.
Okay. Next, we have consider appointments, confirming appointment and reappointments to the Onondaga County Fire Advisory Board. Hello, sir. How are you? Good morning.
Morning. Afternoon.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
We are.
Good afternoon, Gerald Payne, Director of Fire, Onondaga County Emergency Management Office.
All right. Well, welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here today to discuss with you about the Fire Advisory Board appointments. I just want to take a minute to make sure everybody's aware. Fire Advisory Board was established back in 1953 with some different amendments throughout the years. It's a state and local law that requires a fire advisory board to advise myself, the director of fire, which is also the fire coordinator for the county, as well as the county executive, on training and mutual aid plans to work with the fire departments. We currently have 53 fire departments in the county, vast majority of them volunteer fire departments. And so the Fire Advisory Board works to give advice on what might work, how the fire departments can work together, how training can happen. And so there were some people, if you look at the list, some people were due, their first term was up, and some are going for a reappointment, and some are new. The law allows a person to be appointed from between 1 and 3 years and allows 2 consecutive appointments. So that's why you can see some reappointments, some new people.
Okay. So the question is, with the appointments, do we vote on these separately or as a group? Yeah, all as a group. Okay, that just makes, does anyone have any questions?
I just want to say what a great job the advisory board is doing. I've had the opportunity to attend a bunch of meetings, and with the uncertainty of fire service and volunteers in Onondaga County, they've made some great progress in trying to lobby on the state level, change some laws to make it a little bit easier to recruit and retain volunteers. I know everybody on this list personally, and it's will continue to be a very productive group, and appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
All right, so just want to thank you now. As far as the advisory board, do you have any concerns or anything? Do you have any needs? Or it seems like you guys have been doing a wonderful job, but.
So I think they are, you know, they're all appointed people. The lengths of the terms are sometimes different because when I first started here 8 years ago, it seemed like all the terms expired at the same date, and it was like starting with a new advisory board the first couple of years. So they're staggered. We have representatives from each of the different sections of the county get voted on by the sections. That's where the names come from. They're submitted from the southern section, eastern section, western section, so on and so forth, Chiefs Association, Fire Districts Association. And they meet on almost a monthly basis, and as Rich mentioned, they've worked on some really good projects as of late, working on revising the mutual aid plan in the county. Current project they're working on right now is what we call an after-action review. When there's a large incident, they're putting together a form, a survey, to work with fire departments to look at what went well and what could we work different on. So they've been extremely helpful in advising.
Well, there is a wealth of knowledge and experience there.
Absolutely.
That's for certain. So,
Do these continue until replaced?
They continue until the term that's on each of them, which again, they may be different. And then if they're interested, they can say they're interested for a second term if it's their first term, at which point they give a resume and a letter. So I guess the short answer is no, it's just the term that's on each of these, and then the new person would be recommended from the section.
But if they're not, if new name is brought, do they stay on the body until replaced?
Yeah, we certainly can do that. And I guess the reason I was confused on that is we did have somebody who still had a term, but he decided due to personal commitments, he couldn't continue on. So we had to fill that in. I wouldn't force him to stay on there, right? So, but yes, there's no reason why they couldn't stay on in order to keep the board going and moving forward with the projects.
Pretty typical.
Yeah, that's right.
okay, marvelous. Are there any other questions from anyone that just joined us or anyone out in the gallery? No? Any of the legislators? All right, can we get a motion? We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming. All right, so the last item that we have is a discussion of corresponding outside boards and commissions. Normally, wouldn't that be Nicole?
She's in Albany for
Okay.
something important that we needed her there for.
Okay, then I guess we will pass on that then. All right, so that being said, there being no further business before the committee, I have a motion to adjourn. Second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we stand adjourned, everyone. Thank you. Good meeting, guys and gals.